everybody, this is Blue, and we're up to our second book review for the night, Creatures and Treasures number 2. I love the Creatures and Treasures 1 and 2 like I love the Rolemaster companions. These are wonderful source books full of a lot of information. And as I said in my first review for CNT 1, this book is about half and half between the creatures, races, and then half for treasures. And there's some amazing treasures in here. Some are a little dumb, yes, but this is a good source book to have. This was released in 1989, and it is 98 pages long, so just about 100 pages. The artwork on this book is, awesome as well. As you can see from right here, they put a lot of color in there that stands out. And with it being a dragon, for me, it was just like, how obvious. I love my dragons. I enjoyed this book, and you cannot pick a favorite between Creatures and Treasures 1 and 2 because they both share a very similar layout, and they both have a lot of information on it. The advantage for CNT2 is that they're done doing the basic animals. So we're automatically starting off with some weird ones and some dumb ones and a lot more of some weird stuff that make this book so awesome. So let's get started with the fun. Alright, as I said, the artwork is absolutely awesome here. There we go. Alright. And good old Rolemaster, they are very detailed. There's a lot of information. And so, when I said there are some dumb ones, well, here's the first dumb animal, the Trivern. Okay, it's called a Trivern because it has a third wing. How does that wing fold down? Seriously, the primary two, just like our regular birds, to the sides. But where does that fold? How does it fold? That is the question. A lot of stats and codes. Rolemaster loves their numbers. And so, the electric wasp, that one's interesting. And so, let's see if I can get a little bit closer here for you. Yep, this will work. Alright, basic animals. They just kind of did some really weird, one off of normal everyday animals for this. Because if you come here, their chrism, which is this thing right here, is just basically kind of like a modified yak. The strider bird is kind of a one-off of the ostrich. A furred snake, okay, yeah. So they're a little bit more original with the creatures, but some of them, it's just like one off of normal. And okay, more animals. And right there is one of my favorite animals, although I wish it would have been a little bit different, and that's the Isle wolf, because it's a two-legged wolf. And it looks like they took the bottom of a kangaroo and then added a wolf's head to it. I wish it would have had two more arms to it, two more paws, two more legs, whatever you want to call it. But it's cool. It's different. The spined slug, I'm just trying to also grasp because I'm going, Doesn't it need a more permanent place, like a shell to have the spines, the spikes on it? Because a slug is just basically a snail without a shell. So where in the heck do these spikes hook onto? Okay. Dragons, again, they're really good artwork here. I love that artwork. Those are some good pictures. And they have some really good creatures, different variety, because like this dragonette, it's a small creature, and they have everything from the littlest to the biggest. Because if you would look, they got the Leviathan. And they're trying to tell you about how big this thing is, because the Leviathan, according to mythology, is supposed to be the largest dragon out there, and so that's cool. Composite monsters, just like how they had in CNT1, but these are a little bit better in the uniqueness. And same stat block layouts on here, so there's a lot of very good consistency. And we got more creatures here, and I'm sorry, but I believe it's the Thrax, the beetle with the bat wings but human arms. Just, I didn't like that one. And so they have a manta ray that can fly. And, in real life, manta rays can jump out of the water for very, very short distances. And so this just, Elementals and artificial beings. That's kind of cool. And so they have a lot more ideas, some weird options, like the Iron Bull. I don't think anybody could ever afford to make a mithril unicorn, but like a stone wyvern, that's cool. And they have some other golems for you to use, and there's their ever-present stat blocks. Then they have some interesting ones. I like the artwork on this one, the vial. I think that's pretty cool. Then entities from other planes. So they have a nice list of demons here and some pictures. Again, the giant fly just makes me think of the, which one was it? The Amityville Horror. All the flies there. And it's like, yeah, kind of, blah. They got some nice long descriptions for these, their insects and all that. And so these work out pretty good. Rolemaster's always been good at giving you some good details. And so they have a lot to offer here. Again, oh look, Dick Tick, another bug. Woo! Dreadwing, okay, does not look like, let's see, a pterodactyl. A black pterodactyl is all it looks like to me. And the Nightwing looks like a black seagull to me. These are very usable, but yeah. The Sliggeth, hey, there's your slimes. And now we're doing some of the undead. A vampiric werewolf I thought was not possible, so that's unique. And like I said, they got some good artwork, which helps, picture it in your head. Hey, a disembodied head. Entities from deep space. At this time, Rolemaster had Space Master going on too. This was their scientific version of Rolemaster, and there was interplanetary travel, and they had a book called Dark Space. I'll do a book review on that next week. And so they created a unique to them list of creatures and races. And some of these are a little bit more interesting. What is it? Six-eyed flying octopus right there with the dragonfly wings. That was pretty interesting to me. Not like the stat blocks always. That and no. And you know, if you think about it, right there with the squid mouth thing, D&D they had their mind flayers, and Rolemaster had the Cthulhu. Right, Cthulhu. Yeah. And so, yeah, the slog beast, well, not bad. The dangerous plants, you know, all it got's that. But now we're going into the races, and this one I kind of laughed at, and some of these I would not allow in my world because they got the centaurs and all the variants. Bull centaur, deer centaur, lion, lizard, a scorpion centaur, and a spider centaur. And the spider centaur was, I think, called a drider in D&D. They got different types of orcs. The Grotter are frog folk, basically. So if you watched the 80s D&D cartoon, Bullywogs. And so they got some interesting races. They did do a lot more original creations in this book. So this is a very good source book for you to use. They give you some advice on creating your own monsters, which is good. And they get plenty of tables to help you figure all that wonderful stuff up. Creating treasures, I like that too, and I think that will help out a lot of new GMs. Yes, Rolemaster goes a little bit crazy in their charts. And now magic items. And, you know, these are awesome too. You know, they got the runes, weapons, armor, and some various other items for you. I'm not going to read one off for this review. I just want to show you there is a lot of different items in here, and they got the charts so you can roll to assign one to a PC. And the nice thing about that is I always felt that, you know, the GM should roll for that, and if the GM thinks, oh, that doesn't work for this player, just roll again. So you can see they got necklaces, rings, and all that. So it's not just all weapons. Magic books, talismans. See, this is just the most potent. And as we go on in the book, they get more powerful. You got now to your artifacts, and it's just really cool. And you got your encounter charts, good old random encounter charts thanks to Rolemaster. They have a chart for almost everything. Then they give you some advice on how to incorporate magic items. Again, this is a blessing for new GMs. I think that, you know, this is worth its weight in gold for new GMs to have this, just to get the references. And then here we got the race abilities table, which is awesome because, like I said, they got your 10 stats there, so you can turn every character, every race that you saw there, into a playable character, which makes this good. I mean, a lot of nice variety. And they got their creature index, and you can see that's a lot of creatures involved there. And because a lot more original creations were in this, they have to give more information about them. There's not quite as many creatures in CNT2, but there's still quite a few. And then there's nice back. I enjoyed this book. I think that, you know, is it worth getting? Unless you have all the other Rolemaster books to get, no. Because you will need to have Arms Claw Law, Magic Law, and Character and Campaign Law, plus to work with these. You cannot do an adventure with this alone. You do need the other modules, and that could be very expensive. These books are out of print because these were released in the late 1980s. Online, I have seen this book go between $40 and $80, depending on the quality. And then you got the bad aspect, because just like the original that I had of CNT2, wear and tear is murder on the books, and I had to buy the PDF so that I can get a copy. I actually reprinted it because I'm not having anything else happen to my original. I know, 87, my gosh, that is almost 40 years old. So yes, it's starting to fall apart. So if you have had CNT2, I'd like to hear your opinion of it. Do you think it is as good as I'm pledging it to be? Please leave your comments down below, like and share the video, and everybody please take care, be at peace.